Hello YouTube, how you guys doing today? In today's video, we're going to be talking about should you sell veiled Rivens? And yeah, we're going to get into that. So first of all, a lot of you, before I even get into this, a lot of you are probably going to be curious about, well, you don't know anything about Rivens. How do you even know how to price them and sell them? So go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, definitely, wherever that is, and like the videos and stuff. But don't type it in the search bar. On the YouTube channel, come over here to the search bar, type price Riven, hit enter, and then it'll literally pop up like the videos that we got here. So how to price Rivens, it's the first one right there. So you guys are going to click that video and that's going to walk you through how to price Rivens and all that stuff. But now, as far as like understanding should you sell veiled Rivens, let me break it down like this. Because when you guys understand the pricing and how that sort of works, it might make more sense for you, and then you'll kind of have a better idea as to whether or not it makes sense for you to sell your Rivens, I guess, if they're veiled. So I want you to look at it like this. There are probably over 400, maybe 500 weapons in the game, and they're all over the place that they could possibly be, right? So what we're gonna look at is something like this. If you're selling a veiled Riven, you're probably going to wind up making approximately 30 to 35, or let's just say like this, like a veiled rifle Riven is about 35 plat for a rifle Riven. Okay, so the average unveiled Rivens you're gonna make, let's actually ignore this, ignore all that, but like 35 plat for a veiled rifle Riven, if that's what you have, right? Now, for all the things you go, let's say you crack this open and you don't sell it for 35 platinum. This is what your options kind of are going to look like. We're going to have like over here at the low ends, let's say, even the worst Riven in the game, you should still be able to move it for like 20 to 30 plat. So we'll just put like 20 right here, okay? And we'll also draw like a little line, a little marker right there. We'll say this is 20 plat right here for like the worst of the worst of the worst Rivens in the game. Or like the worst weapons in the game. What, not just rifle, but whatever it winds up being. Okay, and this is if it's already unveiled. And then we're gonna have like different sections that are gonna kind of like, we'll just kind of draw it like this. So we'll do something like, this will be like the average price. This will be like the worst. The worst over here, right here, we'll say is like 30 to 50. Okay, 30 to 50 platinum for like, if you unveil a Riven and nobody cares, it's not a good weapon, nobody wants the thing, that's still about 30 to 50. So at that point, this veiled Riven you sold, that you did the challenge for and unveiled it, it's potentially going to give you an extra 15 platinum just for cracking it open. Like there's a better chance that you're going to be able to make more than 35 off of it if you unveil it. Let's say the average price on a Riven, we'll still put like 51 to like, let's say 100 over here. And then over here, we're going to wind up saying like, let's do 101 all the way to, let's say about 200. Okay. And then we're going to throw a little sliver down here. This is where it gets insane over here. Because over here, we're looking at anywhere from like 201 all the way to maybe like 500 plat for like this little sliver right there. And then if you get really lucky, like if you get one of the few weapons that people in the game really want, like maybe like a Cronin one or something like that. I don't know if you noticed, I shrunk the size of this. I'm really trying to make this tiny right here. So on the very end of it right here, like if we really mark that down, that's where you're looking at like, let's say 500 plus. And this could go into the thousands, depending on what the roll is, depending on what the Riven is. This literally could go into the thousands that you wind up selling this Riven for. But ultimately, what you guys want to understand about Rivens in general is that DE has adjusted Rivens in a way where the whole purpose of the Riven is to balance the game out. With all the weapons that exist in the game, they don't want the entire community using one weapon. They want you guys being happy using whatever weapon you like, whatever weapon you want to use, and not caring or mattering whether it's good or bad. So this is kind of what DE did. They said, all right, let's say these are the Rivens in the game. These are the weapons in the game. Let's say a Riven has a, what is that called? The 5 stars on the Riven. Let's say 1 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chat, what is it called again? I forgot. Disposition. Thank you. This is the Riven disposition, right? So basically, if the Riven is a really high disposition, that basically means that the weapon's not that good. So just kind of imagine it like this. 4, 5. So this is like if you have a really good weapon, it's going to have a really low disposition on the Riven. And if you have a really bad weapon, it's going to have a really high disposition on the Riven. So basically, they did this to try to balance out all the weapons in the game. And that's how the state of Rivens looks right now. So the whole purpose of like, you know, like the pricing and stuff like that, I don't know, this is kind of like 2 videos in one at this point. Like, how does Riven dispositions work? And this is how Riven dispositions work. It's for balancing weapons. And this is how you price the stuff out. So I can't necessarily say that like, oh, you should just, if anything is a 1, that means you sell it over here or over here. Or if anything's a 3, that means it definitely falls in this category. It's totally random. And the video that I recommended you guys check out in the beginning of this video that I showed you how to find on my YouTube channel, that will teach you how to price Rivens and where you could sell them. So basically, this literally is all you guys really need to know. So consider this. Do you want to make 35 platinum off of just getting rid of a Riven? Or do you want to crack it open and then have maybe, let's say, do you want to crack it open and then let's say maybe have this much potential for more platinum? I personally would say, like, I personally crack them open and hope for the best. Most of the Rivens that I crack open can, like, typically fall in the 50 to 75 range. Like, most of the Rivens that I wind up getting fall in this range. Sometimes I get lucky and they're, like, over here. And very few times I wind up with something that's just absolutely useless. But the majority of the times, I usually can make a little bit more platinum off of cracking my Rivens open. So at the end of the day, hopefully this was like a really helping you guys understand like how you could sell Rivens, what they're good for, kind of how it works and all that stuff. That video in the beginning would be really helpful for you guys if you're looking to crack stuff open. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys like earning free Warframes, weapons, or mods, I am live every single day on my Twitch channel where you guys can actually come hang out with this awesome community that is very mature. No nonsense around here, just enjoying Warframe, having fun. And you guys can literally just earn free Warframes, weapons, and mods. Ask me about that while you're down here, and I'll explain to you a little bit more how it works. But for now, thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out. Hopefully you guys are having an awesome night, day, whatever time it is. Absolutely love your faces, and I will see you guys in the next one.